Okay, welcome to the English debate competition and OFEG or NOVED. So in this time, we gonna play the run one. So from the University, Dian Nusantara University and Contra University of Indonesia and Contra Institute Technology of Bandung and UGM. So in this time, we wanted to uh, make sure that this side of government and positions. So for this one speaker, the first speaker is from the prime minister. So for the prime minister, time and place available to you.
Okay, thank you. As the Prime Minister, I will start the speech in 3, 2, and 1. I probably stand to support today's motion. This House believes that online schooling is better than the offline schooling. Is to defend the motion, set the framework, and deliver the first substantial argument for the government state. Thank you. And by online schooling, we mean a system where teaching and learning occur primarily through digital platforms supported by the internet, video conferencing, and online resources. Better means more beneficial overall in terms of access, efficiency, inclusivity, and outcome for students compared to traditional face-to-face schooling. And our government stand is clear. Online schooling provides greater accessibility and flexibility, which make it a superior system for education in the 21st century. And offline schooling is driven by geography and infrastructure. In many countries, children must travel long distance, sometimes hours each day, just to reach a school building. This is wasted the time and energy that could be spent learning. Moreover, for students living in remote areas where schools are scarce, offline education is simply not a realistic option. Online schooling changed this reality. With a device and internet connection, students can attend classes for their own homes. This is revolutionary for rural communities where teachers are often scarce. In addition, online education provides opportunities for students with physical disabilities who may struggle with daily commuting. Instead of being excluded, they can participate fully from home. Even in urban areas, accessibility improves students who fall ill or cannot attend school for personal reason do not have to miss out. They can continue learning virtually. Thus, online schooling ensures that education is not distracted by stance, mobility, or circumstance. Every student learns differently. Some are
POI.
fast learners, while yes, please.
Okay, POI. Are you sure of offline is a good than online is a good than offline? So what about interaction and extracurricular? I think like also they can participate. They cannot participate like offline. So what's the solution for you?
Yeah, I think the solution for the extracurricular is when the online schooling having the offline schooling is having the extracurricular. Online schooling can have their own extracurricular. For example, like we 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 meet online, like we talking about the the extracurricular itself. Like for example, in the extracurricular we practice and we improve, but in the online school we take it as the point. Thank you.
Thank you for the speech from the Prime Minister. So that's a good things and a good contribution from the Prime Minister to the leader of opposition. So that's a good and from the reason. So that's why online is so good than offline. So we go to the next speaker. So the second speaker is the leader of opposition. So time and place so available to you. Thank you for time to give to me for the time give to me. So as a leader of opposition, so want to make speech in this time. So before I can speak, I want to prepare myself. So
Excuse me, you're not in the video.
okay. Okay, I want to start my speech in 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. So the honorable child, respected educator and member of the house, so was the leader of opposition. I rise to firmly reject the position that online learning is better than offline learning. So our side believes that traditional offline education is so far superior that not only in terms of knowledge but transfer also in shaping character, ensuring social development and maintaining equality. So let me begin with the first argument. So social interaction. So education is not merely the transmission of information, is the of development of human being in online classroom. So students interact with their peers and teachers in real time. They collaborated on group projects, so play sports together, engage in debates, and learn to navigate their relationships. This daily face-to-face interaction fosters empathy, communication skill, and teamwork. So online platform cannot replicate the richness of human interaction. So the body language, the emotional connection to share that experience. Without this, the student may become academically acknowledged but socially isolated. So my second argument is about character building. So offline school great discipline and written. Students wake up early, so wear uniforms, follow the schedules, and respect authority. These habits may seem simple, but they instill responsibility and maturity. Online education and the other hand, encourage relaxed and often careless attitude toward learning. The students can switch off their cameras, luckily without paying attention or multitask while in the class. Such freedom might sound attractive, but in reality, weakens discipline and undermines growth, personal growth. Before I close, let me briefly respond to the government. They may claim that online builds independence, but independence without accountability is actually turn into laziness, but they may argue is online is flexible, but too much flexibility or reduce productivity. In conclusion, offline learning develops not only the mind but also the heart and characters of students and
POI.
teachers. Yes, please.
Yes, if offline schooling is good, but what about the children that must travel long distance? Sometimes they have a limited of funds or money. What is the solution for that? Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, for the solution, we know there are two kind of the schools like schools from the middle to high and school of the middle to low. So to school middle to low or in the village. So there are too many. I think we can bring the offline school. So like the teacher. So go to the village office, so there are to be make a learner in there. So this is a good idea for a solution. So this is if they are long distance programs. Thank you. Okay, thank you for the speech from the speaker two, the leader of opposition. So in this time, we go to the third speaker. So from the government, so the deputy prime minister, time and place. So available to you.
Thank you very much. So the deputy prime minister, I want to I want to start the speech in three, 2, and 1. Okay. The Prime Minister has already demonstrated online schooling broadens accessibility and provides flexibility for learners. I want to emphasize that these are not abstract benefits, they are lived realities for millions of students. Think of children in rural areas who spend hours walking to school every morning. Online schooling gives them that time back for actual learning. Think of a student who struggle with illness or mobility issues. Online schooling means education does not stop when life gets difficult. Flexibility is equal powerful. Offline classroom force every child into a one size fits all pace. Online schooling empowers learners to pause, revisit, and truly master material. This is not merely convenience. It is educational justice, ensuring that no child is left behind because they cannot keep up with the rest of the class. And online schooling is more cost effective and inclusive across economic background. Offline schooling carries enormous hidden costs, transportation, uniforms, school lunches, and in many cases, even boarding is expenses for struggling families. These costs are a significant barrier. Online schooling drastically reduces them, and the student learn from home, eliminating the need for commuting. Families save on clothing and daily allowance over the course of a year. This saving adds up and make education far more affordable. More importantly, online school levels the playing field. In physical school, wealthier students often have better supplies, textbook, and tutoring support, which highlight inequality inside the classroom. Online platform, however, deliver the same resources, identical slides, identical recording, identical access to every student. With government support through subsidies for devices and internet access, even low-income families can benefit.
Yeah,
In short,
POI.
online, yes,
Yes,
please.
right, POI. Okay. So what if students grow with no empathy? So I think like with no social skills because they are not meet each other. So what if they are grow with no empathic like so with many individuals? What if?
Okay, they can still having a social because they can call their friends or they can play the very unique ways we call it hybrid because it's it will be like the a regular school or the regular offline because we meet in the regular offline school we meet, but in the online school we talk in the distance in the telephone. Like, thank you.
Thank you very much for the speaker three, the third speaker. So from the deputy of the prime minister. So we go to the fourth speaker. So the first speaker is the last speaker from the opening opposition and from the opening session in here. So from the deputy leader of opposition, GLO, so time available, time and place available to you. Thank you. Thank you for time and place to give to me too. Yes, I want to start my speech. Before I start my speech, I want to prepare myself. Yeah. Now I want to start my speech in three counting from now. Three, two, one. So, ladies and gentlemen, as the deputy leader of the opposition, I will strengthen our case by focusing on the effectiveness of online learning, whilst also addressing some of the government points. Our first extension is about the focus and concentration. So, in physical classrooms, so students are immersed and in a learning environment designed for education. So there are fewer distractions because the teacher can observe students directly. So notice then they lose focus and intervene immediately compared to this online class where students are surrounded by distraction at home. So social media, games, noise from family, or simply to the temptation to minimize the screen. Numerous studies during the pandemic so have shown that students in online class reported lower concentration levels and shorter attention spans. Offline schooling is therefore more effective in keeping students engaged. Second, immediately feedback and personal guidance in offline classroom. A teacher can read the expression and a confused students and address the problem instantly. Teacher can walk around the classroom to check students' work and give personalized explanation. Online platform, even with AI chat features, cannot replace the human intuition of teacher. For senses confusion of this assessment, education is a human to human process, not merely the exchange of data. Now let me refute some claims for the government. They argue that online learning is inclusive and cheap, but what is the use of cheap access is the quality of learning is poor. Education is not just about quantity, but quality. Cheaper is not always better. They also claim that online interaction can replace offline socialization, but let us be honest, a Zoom breakout room cannot recreate the energy of a classroom debate or bonding a circle of sport team. In conclusion, offline education ensures better focus, discipline, and personal guidance from teacher. It's about nostalgia, the past, and about recognition that human being learns learning best the direct personal interaction. Thank you.
POI.
Yes, please.
How about the kid, if the kid have a illness and cannot go to the school, what the solution for that?
All right. The solution for the kid illness or the come to school, there are to make many strategies. So if they come to the school in the next class, so the kid will be give the extra time. So maybe in the Sunday, so in the yeah in the Monday. So in the Monday, so they cannot come, but in the Monday Tuesday, so they get two material or 2 hours or the 2 hours from the materials so before. That's a solution. Thank you very much for the all of opening session from the government and opposition. So there's a good debate on here. So we go to the closing statements. So the closing sides now. Uh, so from the closing side, we start to the member of government. So for the member of government, Simon, level you.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm as the member of the government speech will start my speech in 3, 2, 1. Online schooling increases accessibility, provide flexibility, and is more inclusive and cost effective. These are strong reasons why online schooling is better. We live in the digital age. The world of work is changing at an unprecedented pace. Almost every profession today, medicine, law, engineering, business, even the arts, requires a degree of digital literacy. Employers increasing demand workers who can communicate online, use collaborative digital tools, analyze data, and adapt to new technologies. Offline schooling, while valuable in the past, does very little to prepare students for this reality. Sitting in a classroom, writing notes on paper, and submitting assignment by hand does not reflect the digital nature of today's workplace. By contrast, online schooling immerses students in technology from the very beginning. They learn how to use video conferencing platform, manage digital schedules, submit assignment electronically, and collaborate through online documents. These are not minor skills. They are the very skills that define success in the first 21st century workplace. Consider this. Many companies now operate fully remotely or in a hybrid system. Workers collaborate across countries and time zones through digital platform. Online schooling mirrors these environments. It teaches students how to work independently, how to communicate effectively online, and how to manage tasks without constant physical supervision. In other words, online schooling is not just about education, it is early training for professional life. Offline schooling may teach academic content, but online schooling combines content with critical process skills that directly transfer to future employment. And the government bench has now demonstrated not only how online schooling addresses current problems of accessibility, flexibility, and inclusivity, but also how it future-proof student by
POI.
equipping them. Yes, please.
Right. What if what if the network is down? So I think like I mean that what if, the network is down. So when the network down while during the learning or we're doing the session of learning. So what is the solution?
Okay, the solution of the case of the internet is down is to the government will the government will trying to uh repair the electricity first, and then they continue the internet, the electricity. When the electricity is already on again, they can continue their classroom. And then that is the question for and answer for you. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the speaker of the first speaker for the closing statement, closing side. So from the member of the government. So and the second speaker for the closing side is to member of the opposition. So from the member of the opposition time and so available to you. Thank you for the time to give to us to me. So now I'm from the member of the opposition, so I want to speech and but before I speech, so I want to prepare myself. So now I'm ready. So I want to start my speech. So in uh, 3 seconds in from now, 3, 2, 1. So, the honorable judge and fellow debaters, as the member of the opposition, I will introduce a new crucial argument in here. So, in gonna quote in online learning. So, the government plans online learning is as inclusive, but they are relative of the opposition. The learning actually widens the gap between the rich and the poor. So, why? Because not every student has stable internet access. So, but a personal laptop, so or a quiet study space in a rural areas, students and often struggle with the weak signals or outdated devices. During the pandemic in Indonesia, we saw many heartbreaking stories. Students forced to climb hills to catch a signal, so or family sharing a single smartphone or memory cell for the children. So how we can call this equal access? So meanwhile, wealthy families in high speed so internet and the latest gadgets so different online classes, so they can afford the private tutors to assist with the online learning. So this means online education will actually depends inequality rather than reducing it. So offline schools, on the other hand, provide equal facilities like desks, blackboards, and access to the same teacher. So for all the students in this classroom, regardless of their family life background, let me briefly address the government's digital skill argument. So yes, digital literacy is important, but offline school can and are ready to teach these skills through computer labs and technology courses. So we do not need to move all education online just to gain digital literacy, but in conclusion, so can you hear me?
Yes, Mohini.
Okay, okay, can you hear me? So, uh,
In
we
1 minute 30.
yeah, 1 minute 30. So we want to start 1 minute 30. So again, 1 minute 30.
Okay, excuse me.
1 minute 30. I'm sorry, but maybe the network.
Yeah, no worries. Okay, we can start in 1 minute and 30.
So you can see the the time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Go on.
Oh, right. Okay, I want to continue my my speech. So in 3, 2, 1. So let me briefly address the government digital skills argument. So yes, digital literacy is important, but offline school can and already teach this skill through computer labs and technology courses. We do not need to move all education online just to gain digital literacy. In conclusion, all online learning may sound exclusive in theory, but in practice, in closest to the very students who need the education in the most, offline school guarantee fairness, then equality is wide to the online education.
POI,
Thank you.
POI.
Yes, please.
UI. Okay. Offline schools can bring as we know here, the kid can be being naughty of because of the offline school and smoking, and also known as they brawls, and or we can say tawuran. How about that?
All right.
What is the solution for that?
Okay, so the teaching in an online school. So why we teaching of the attitude skills. So in Indonesian, so we are not teaching more than a soft skill like attitude skill. So I think like if we want to solve in the tawuran, so I think like so maybe we can make more than soft skill or yeah, hard skill in soft skill in attitude. So the online, so the offline skill is so good than online skill. Thank you very much for the time. So the closing statement. So in here, so we are the two speakers in the closing statement. So with the government and with the opposition. So for the with uh, government, so the time and place of level 2.
Thank you. As the government whip speech, I want to start the speech in 3, 2, 1. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Okay. So let me structure my speech in 3 steps. First, I will revisit the key themes of this debate, and second, I will demonstrate why the government case outweighs that of the opposition, and third, finally, I will conclude by reaffirming the superiority of online schooling. Okay, number one, accessibility and flexibility. From the very beginning, our Prime Minister showed that online schooling dramatically increased accessibility. It removed geographical barriers, empowers students in rural areas, and helped those with disabilities participate fully. The opposition never truly answered this point. They talked about the interaction and discipline, but those do not address the fundamental fact that offline schooling simply cannot reach millions of students effectively. On flexibility, the Deputy Prime Minister explained how online schooling allows students to learn at their own pace, to rewatch lessons, and to balance school with other responsibilities. Opposition claims that discipline is weaker online miss the point. Discipline is not just about sitting in the chair. It is about learning self-management, a skill that online school actively develops. Second, inclusivity and cost. The government demonstrated that online schooling is more cost-effective. Families save money on transport, uniform, and daily expenses. More importantly, online platforms deliver the same high-quality resources to all students. Regardless of wealth, the opposition counter was that some lack internet or device. But as the DPM explained, this is a solvable infrastructure issue, not a permanent flaw. Offline schooling, on the other hand, will always exclude children who live too far from school. Our model is inclusive in the long run. There is inherently exclusive. Third, preparing for the future. Our member of government extended the debate by showing how online schooling equips students with digital skills. This was a powerful contribution. Online education is not only about today's learning, but also about tomorrow's workspace. In a digital economy, being comfortable with technology is not optional. The opposition had no real answer to this. Offline schooling may build social skills, but those skills are not unique to offline settings. Online schooling builds both social and digital literacy, giving students the best of both worlds. So how do we this class on impact our sites talk about millions of students getting access, entire families saving money, and future generation being better prepared for the job market. On their side, they only talk about interaction and discipline, both of which can also be nurtured online. Clearly, our benefit are broader, deeper, and more long term. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for the speaker from the last speaker from the government. So web our government of web. Oh yeah, GO or government web. So we are to the last speaker in this round one. So the last speaker in this round is opposition web. So wait for the time and place. So available to you. Thank you very much for the time and place to give to me. So I want to start my speech in three, two, one. So, ladies and gentlemen, as the opposition whip, my task is to summarize our side's case of the refute the government claims and demonstrate why the opposition has clearly won today's debate. So, let us recount our case. So, the leader of the opposition argued that offline learning ensured that social interactions and collective building. So, the deputy leader of the opposition showed that offline learning improved focus, discipline, and teach feedback. So that's true. Like the member of the opposition for profit that online education depends on inequality and leaves many students behind. So together, these arguments show that offline education is superior in both quality of fairness. So now let me address the government points. So they spoke about accessibility, but what is the use of access without stability? So students who cannot afford internet or devices are excluded. They spoke about flexibility, but too much flexibility often leads to procrastination and poor results. They claimed online is cheaper, but education is not a business transaction, you like. That the quality matters more than cost. So they claimed online develops digital skills, but offline schools can also teach